What's up, guys? Welcome to Nick and Nick, the Insurance Dudes podcast. My name is Nick Overby, joined by my fearless co-host, Nick Gardner, or as I like to call him, Nick from Burger High School. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. How you doing?
Fantastic. Way better than I deserve. Getting ready to ring in the new year. I got 4 hours. You got 3. How are you feeling?
Great. I mean, I feel tremendous. I have my green shirt on.
Yes, you do, brother.
Wrapping the year, feeling tremendous. You know, I think you asked me earlier if I'm superstitious and all that with my greens and whatnot, and I might. Never mind. I was gonna butcher that joke. I'm not even. I was gonna butcher the shit out of it. My girlfriend's gonna judge me. Maybe one day,
right.
hopefully, down the road, my niece would watch this and also judge me. Anyway,
She will.
no, yeah, man. I'm, professional sports people, they all have their, quirks. Like some guys, hockey guys especially, like won't shave in the playoffs, or, a pitcher will use the same hat for the whole. I don't know, it's weird stuff like that. I got weird stuff I do. Everyone does. Speaking of weird stuff in the new year, perfect example, tradition, New Year's Day. Right, there's like the 4 different, especially in the South, the 4 different things you eat.
Yep.
Black eyed peas,
Number
right?
1.
Collard greens.
Wait, would you say that again real quick? What was that?
Collard greens.
There you go. Okay.
Then you got cornbread, right? Yep. And a pork, like any kind of pork. Do you know why you're supposed to eat pork?
No, I actually do not. I know the other 3, but pork I do not know. I'd be curious to know.
So the way that like a pork or a pig roosts or whatever, it goes forward when like it does its like nose thing.
Yes.
And chickens go backwards. So you eat pork signaling that you're going forward, and then the wealth, health, luck. Black eyed peas are luck.
Yes.
Collards are wealth,
and cornbread's luck. Yep.
Cornbread. Yeah. So anyway, man. New Year's. Anything that you do special for New Year's?
Man, not really. I'm not the superstitious type. I never really have been.
You're not superstitious?
Not really, man. It just, to me, I don't know. I guess I believe more in the universe, which could possibly be deemed the same thing. But, to me, it's like whatever happens for a reason. I always try to look at every situation and say, okay, look, I'm going to take this for what it is, and I'm going to mold it into whatever I can. If I don't eat black eyed peas tonight, which you and I both know I don't plan on doing, but, hopefully the filet mignon I eat tonight will mean prosperity, good luck, and whatever it is moving forward. And just never been that way. And that's
could just mean it could mean you're gonna have some beefy commission checks. Hey-o.
God willing. I mean, I did pretty well this year from a financial standpoint. I mean, not only for the company but also for myself. And so if it's any sign of what I've done, and if any sign of what I'm gonna do has been from what I've done, then I feel pretty fortunate. I was talking to my FTA, the guy I work under, so to speak. His name's David, and he's just an amazing guy. And we were talking about tracking and where we're moving forward for at least for 2021. And I mean, I'm on pace to hit 1.6 million in submitted, and hopefully hit at least 1 million in issued. Just can't control everything, but
right.
I mean, if I can do that, man, that puts me at a pretty good paycheck, and ultimately in a pretty good spot in the company. And ultimately at the end of the day, we get to help a bunch of people. So yeah, it's pretty cool, man. So we'll see. Well, God willing, I'm doing my best.
Dang, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
And I'm curious to know, man, how did your year end wrap up? How did everything go?
Man, we had some lofty goals this year. I've been gunning to get to 1,000 cars. There's so many kind of levels, kind of level up once you hit. All right, you hit 1,000 cars. All right, cool. Now you got to hurry up and get to like 1,500, and then once you hit 1,500, it's like, all right, cool, got to get to 2,000, and you just start keep going. I mean, you just grow, right? And so we were a little stagnant in June, July, and then started picking up ground in the fall, picked up Ethan, and every month, the last quarter, I couldn't have asked for it's like a career quarter, I'll call it. I mean, it's literally the best quarter, guaranteed. It's the best quarter I've had in my career. And, slow clap.
Yeah.
It's in some of historically the worst months too, right? Like November, you have, Thanksgiving, December, you have Christmas, and the interim, it's easy to accept people that tell you, oh, it's the holidays and like people aren't out there wanting to do business and this and that. But in actuality, it's probably more their own mindset,
Absolutely.
And we've had an outside chance of hitting 1,000 cars since like midsummer. And I'm like, dang, like if we do this every month, we would get that 1,000 by end of December. And I'm just thinking, yeah, but we're going to have to do like this much every month. And I'm thinking, man, I've never done it before. And it's going to be brutal. And, just change that mindset and saying, instead of, your brain, instead of you getting in your own way or me getting my own way.
Yeah.
And just literally kind of just letting it happen. I mean, obviously I'm 3.5 years in to, my own agency. And so you're seeing it start to kind of come around, right? You're starting to see people come around and just the marketing efforts and the billboard and the freaking Facebook stuff and just, constant ads and phone calls and whatnot. But I mean, a team has definitely helped, for sure, helped us get to those goals. But yeah, it's a lot of people. Let's not glaze over the fact that this has been a rough year for a lot of people. Definitely has.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
There's definitely industries out there that have been very crushed in like a good way, crushed in a bad way, and then crushed just all around. Their life has been crushed. I mean, both you and I are blessed to be in a position, and man, it's a part of when I recruit people, sales. I mean, at the end of the day,
it is what you make it, bro.
Dude, it is what you make it.
Yeah.
Does not matter.
Yeah.
Does not matter. Whatever is going on in the world, right? No organization would ever survive without your sales force. And
so true.
Dude, it's not for the faint of heart. You got to have some really big balls to pull it off. But for those that are willing to take that leap and say, you know what, I don't know what I'm going to make. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't even know what my job looks like day to day, right? Like, because every day it's going to be a little different. And you put it together, and at the end of the day, I think it's cool as shit, man, to look back, on a week basis or a monthly basis. And now we're here at the end of the year, and you look back and you're like, damn, I talked to all these people, 4 months ago. I didn't know a single one of these people.
Right.
Yeah. How many lives have you impacted? How many generations down the line have you impacted? Mm-hmm. And, I mean, both you and I are literally just getting started. That's the cool thing about it. Right.
Yeah, dude, you're absolutely right. It's what you talked about reminds me of a post that you put up on the Facebook group, probably maybe less than a month ago, asking where is everybody in terms of their goals? Are they setting lofty goals? And I don't remember the verbatim of it, but the idea was, what are you doing now?
You set goals that you're comfortable with, that you're like, oh, I can hit that goal. Yep. Or do you set a goal where it kind of scares you and you're like, holy shit, like that's my goal. Like I've never done any of that. Like, all right, like that's it. I don't know how we're going to get there, but let's go. You know? And that's really where that's what I was getting at. So the gist of it.
And you've done that. The story you told me yesterday, and it's what I love about sales. Okay. This is one of my favorite things. Okay. Is that it comes in the unexpected when you've busted your ass and you've just been grinding and you're this fucking close. And then you feel like it's like almost climbing a mountain, and you're like, you see the top of it, but you just can't reach it. And then all of a sudden, out of fucking nowhere, somebody comes and pushes you up. and you grab it, and it's like you attained it, and that feeling that you have is like, oh yes, it's like, and it's not about like, okay, you know, that the baseline, yes, we get into sales to make money, flat out. We get into sales to control our income, to control our livelihood, and have time freedom. But what's really cool is when you actually fucking achieve it. When you have set those goals and said, I'm going to do this, and I did it. Or for me, and I know you feel the same way, it's like I've set goals, and one week I was so fucking close, and then the next week I just fucking crushed that goal out of the water. It's like I feel like I'm looking in the rear view being like, ha motherfucker, I told you I was going to do this shit. And
I mean, for example, we at one point in the game were struggling to even write 20 grow 20 cars a month. The first 3 quarters of this year, we averaged probably 15 to 20. The last quarter, we averaged like 30 plus, probably 35. And that's, like I said, that was like a career quarter. You know, you get to a certain point, and then you realize, holy shit, like this is my normal now. But like a year ago, this is like a pipe dream.
Yep.
You know, and then you level up and you're like, okay, now what? And then you're like, okay, what's the next? I'm doing 35. Now I gotta do 50, you know? I mean, like, we could do 40 next. My goal's 30. My goal's 30. We're doing 40. We're averaging 40 freaking cars next year every month.
When you set those goals and crush them, it's weird how, to me at least, so that feeling you get of like, shit, I've set this goal for myself, what am I gonna do? And then you hit it, and you're like, well, that wasn't really that hard. And you're like, okay, well, then I get 50 or 60 or whatever it may be, you know, whatever the goal is. And then you start realizing that you set your own limitations. You do it to yourself, you know, and when you work harder than you think you could, and you sacrifice a couple little things here and there for the greater good, you know, this week I honestly did not think I was going to hit any and sell anything, right? For us, at least in my line of work, it's the slowest part of the year. And for me, coming off of an amazing month, or at least amazing 3 weeks, I'm like, you know, almost 200K in 3 weeks that I put in. I'm like, dude, what am I going to do? I cannot not do something. And you know what I told you last night, like, yeah, of course there were some things that were out of my control that I didn't get to hit my goal. But the fact that even though I didn't hit my goal and I still finished the week out in the top 2 in the entire Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana region,
what? Dude, you're like $300 short of a $50,000 goal.
I know, whatever, bro. But still,
like we're gonna round that up, okay? Like for entertainment's sake, we're gonna round that one up. You hit it, dude. I mean, there's not a person above you that's looking at you going, fucking Nick. You know, he told us he was gonna do 50. He did 49,783. What a dick. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get that, but that's, again, let's go back to sales. You know, like, you set these goals and you want to achieve them. And I think one of the things that, go ahead. Okay. So one of the things, and I'll make this quick. One of the things that I've always had a problem with is not a problem, but like, is not beating myself up based on a couple of $100, right? Because 49K is great, but 50 was the goal. However, to your point, nobody's sitting there looking, except for me, looking back and being like, well, what a fucking idiot this guy is. He couldn't fucking do his goal, you know? But you're right, though, you know, still being able to say that in one of the notoriously slowest months of the year, I'm still putting up numbers that nobody else is doing. And maybe it's because I'm either lucky or not trying, or trying harder, but whatever it is. But these guys are not trying, and I am. And that's what makes me feel good. So go ahead. I apologize.
So, your boy actually hit 50K this month.
Oh, yeah?
It's PNC Premium. It's the first month that we've done it this year. I want to say, man, as far as our reports go back, I haven't seen, I mean, in January 2020, if you would have told me December 20, actually, no, because like everyone, January, especially in January this year, we were all like, woo, gonna be the best me, and I'm gonna have like abs by summertime. It's gonna be awesome.
No.
2020 Roaring 20s. Okay, June. If you would have told me June this year that December of 2020 was going to be the best month ever in my career,
Yeah.
like, dude, you're an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? But I think there's some psychology to that, and it's, that's kind of where I was getting at with that question. Do you set goals that like move you to the point where you're like, oh, I got to do something different, or you're like, oh, that's a good goal, I can get there? And to me, I think that, again, to your point, that you get in your own way, you can only realize and fathom places that you've been based on past experiences. And so anything that you've done in a goal, you're meant to reach for a goal, and a goal is going to take you to new heights. It's going to require a better version, better person, more efficient, right? There's so many different levels that you're going to have to perform on a higher level. And so you're going to have to go to a place you've never been to. And so, you get freaked out. You think, God, how am I going to get there? Because you've never actually experienced it. On the cruise ships, we did a fear factor. And the 3 fears that we conquered during that activity up on the Lido deck, we did fear of public speaking. We did fear of damn, what was the second one?
Your face.
For the second one. Anyway, the third one, which was the most fucked up one, it was fear of the unknown.
Yep.
And the fear of the unknown to the human is just wild. It's like, oh, I don't want to go there. It's like this abyss, And so why don't people get in sales jobs with no guaranteed salary? You're making 100% commission. You have no clue how much you're going to make next month. Fear of the unknown, right? Set your goals. Are you putting your goals to a place where you're like, oh, I've been there before, I'm going to make that a goal that's comfortable, that's happy? No. You always need to be going to that unknown, that, they say growth only happens outside of your comfort zone.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
But yeah, so, when I was planning 2021, I was definitely looking at, and actually seeing what we've done the last 3 months, I think, and I just said, you heard it here first, we're going to do 40 a month in 2021. So, we've done 35, 36, and I think like 36 the last 3. So I might actually scratch that and go for 40, do 480. Dude, that would put us 20 shy of 1,500 next year. We want to talk about level up.
Why don't you just add another 2.5 to each month?
Right.
Cover it.
Right. Yeah. So
dude,
anyway,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking yes. Hell yes. Makes me feel fucking good to hear that shit. Hell yes.
Right?
Hell yeah.
I know. Go for 40. Go for 40 now. That's dude, I've really not been in the office much this month.
Hey, watch out for what? Don't be saying all that. Get yourself
that's fine. I've not mentioned the words, but anyway, yeah. I hadn't really been there that much this month, and it's crazy that's when the business actually flourishes.
Look, to me, man, you have often spoke on leadership, and something we've talked about. That in itself, my friend, is a sign that you have done, not only put up numbers, but done your job. Because, with Kathy, with Ethan, you have created a sales force, whether it be large or small. You've created something, and you have established a leadership, or established a force of people who follow your leadership. And I live and die by the saying that attitude reflects leadership. And to me, it says that the people that work for you are riding and dying for you in a sense, right? Like they're going to roll to the all 4 fall off. And that's huge, man. We did the same thing when Jamie and Perry went to in August, when they had Jamie's birthday, and that was one of the largest months we've ever done. And then, over the past couple of weeks, being able to, me and David Stoner, being able to put between the two of us almost 60 grand or no 70 grand together, and creating exactly. And that's his last name, by the way. That's real shit.
No. Actually, there's a real estate agent. This dude is a baller. He's got a Cobalt. I've got a Cobalt at the end of the dock. He's got a Cobalt halfway down that you walk past, and dude, this boat is so sick. And his last name is Stoner, and he's a real estate agent. Kills it in North Georgia. Yeah, cool guy, super cool guy.
Well, I've told David he needs to get on to the podcast, and he's, it's interesting. David is a millionaire before he even got to health insurance. Like the dude, he has done very well for himself, and he's, neither here nor there, but it's just a testament that, when you bust your ass, because we were talking earlier, dude, and so I got to read this text because, so we call ourselves Team Wonder Bread. Okay. It's just him and I. It's Team Wonder Bread. Don't ask me where that came from, but we were talking, and like I sold the policy the other night. It was like 11:50 at night, and he sent me a text immediately. He's like, I can't believe that I've got the one guy in the office that's there closing policies at midnight, and he was very appreciative of what I'm doing. And he said, he goes, oh, it's going to hurt them all with what we do. And he's right. And he goes, we will be at the top weekly, and I know it's coming. He goes, thanks for being a badass. What else he say? Team Wonder Bread's about to take off. Blah, blah, blah. But it's like when you have people like that on your team, that's where I'm going with all this. You have people like that all get the fucking deal, and they know what it is. They know what it takes. There are no slackers like the dude you talked about earlier. I don't know his name. It's neither here nor there. But like, I know, like, dude, it's 9:22 at night on New Year's Eve, and this isn't work for us, but this is work for us. Yeah. This is what we love to do, and like there's something to be said about the Amish style work mentality where I will outwork you. I'm not ever going to be the smartest guy in the room, because when I am, I'm in the wrong room.
Well, hold on. If we were working the Amish style right now, we would be like pitch black. We wouldn't be on a Zoom call, bro. So maybe another hardworking religion,
Sorry to all the Amish listeners out there. That wasn't a pot shot at anybody. But the idea, but you get it, man. I mean, like, dude, it takes, like we've talked about this on episodes before. Dude, it's about what are you willing to sacrifice now for the later and the greater good.
I know, dude. I tell you, I mean, I've been plenty of freaking little rah-rah-ree, New Year, January 6th, Saturday morning, 8 a.m. at the airport, hour and a half away. And I'm like, listen to this person talk about freaking sales, setting goals, and insurance. I don't want to be like, I should be doing so many other things aside from this on a Saturday right now. You know what I mean? But like, it's willing to do it differently, to live differently. That's a shortened version. Willing to do it differently, to live differently.
There you go. You go ahead and just copyright that and trademark that.
I'm sure differently to live differently.
Yeah, and I know Macy Jones is going to be listening to this, so do not take that and use it as your own. That's Nick Gardner's.
Right? Hell yeah. Feeling my shit. Dude, she's been killing it herself.
I know she has.
She's hit me up for a couple things, and I told her, I said, damn, like I'm giving you like all this freaking info. I said, the one and only reason I'm doing this is that you're literally like 2 hours away from me. If she was north of 20 in Atlanta, I said this will not be going down.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm totally kidding. Like, I'm willing to help anyone. I mean, my book size and my numbers that I'm putting up they pale in comparison to a lot of agents. But at 3.5 years in, could do a lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that. I was driving home the other night, and compared to some of the guys that have been doing it for a year and a half, you're putting up some numbers, bro. And that's it's not only I think that yes, the numbers matter, but you have obviously made an impact in your community, and that's long term, and that's what you and I are both in the game for. It's not for the 6 to 12 months; it's for the 6 to 10 years, right. 12 years, whatever it is, and. That dude is huge. And, I got it for the conversations I've had with Macy. not only has she sent me some referrals, but, you know, being able to know that in conversations I've had with her, and she's been like, you know, what you told me has actually worked. And we've always gone back to this, and I live on this, that this whole, what we're doing now, all of this, I don't care if it's 1 viewer or 1 million viewers, but if somebody gets something from what we do, that's why we're here. And that's
mission
awesome.
accomplished.
100%.
And to hear the success stories are really cool, you know, just being that we're literally two insurance dudes that sit around and bullshit. How many in the last month since we've talked about the insurance dudes and the name, right? And saying, you know, how many times have you explained to people that like we can't. If anyone's listening, we actually don't talk about products, right? Like
not a one.
Yes, no products, no
nothing,
no company names.
Nope. From here forth out, never a company name. Never.
Henceforth,
yeah. There you go.
As per your request in said email.
There will never, ever be talk of specific product. I work for the Lion's Den. That's it.
Right. And actually, we've never actually talked product.
No, there's no need to. What's the point? I mean, and we digress. But look here. At the end of the day, man, this was never about product talk. It was never about what we sell. It was, and it will never be about that. No. To everybody that comes on here, to everybody that, you know, has been on here, this has solely been about how we experience the insurance world, right?
Right.
It's how we overcome obstacles, and using your experience, using my experience, and how we've impacted others through that. That's the goal. That's what we do.
Right. Different points of view, right?
100%. Yeah.
I mean, within the industry, different pockets in the industry. And, you know, just really connecting with like-minded individuals. And it's been awesome. I think that it's definitely got the, I mean, I wouldn't do anything if it didn't have the chance to grow.
Yep.
You know, I mean, even down to like, kills me to give flowers. Maddie, she loves flowers, bro. But I've always been more inclined. I'm like, I'm giving you something that's been cut from its life source. It's dying. Here,
correct.
Dying organic matter. Or like I can give you a really cool plant, or like a really, nice orchid or something like that. So I Googled it one time, and it's like, wow, yes, you think you're like giving a plant, like you might be giving someone more anxiety than it's worth, because they might not be comfortable with the plant.
Yeah,
so
they gotta take care of it.
Now they gotta fucking take care of it and make this thing live, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Complete backfire.
Back to the fucking flowers. Get the flowers.
Just buy them. Just do it.
Yeah,
just do it.
It doesn't always have to be flowers. Check this out. One of my clients actually brought this in.
Bro, chip clips. Number one marketing product that I give to my clients. I bought 100. No, I did. I bought 150 chip clips and I sent them out for Christmas.
Oh yeah, chip clips are sick.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be flowers though. Check this out. One of my clients, she's on the board with me on the local nonprofit they're on the board of. Like the greenery, the pine cone.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brenda Moran of Bohemian Blooms. Dude, it's got pheasant feathers in it.
I was wondering what that is, dude. I was wondering what that was. That's awesome.
She made this shit. She does weddings only in North Georgia. But yeah, so it doesn't necessarily have to be just flowers. I love that. It's got Christmas trees and shit in it, pine cone, you know.
Dude, that's awesome,
squirrel
man.
Jumped out of it the other day.
Oh my gosh. Hey, so okay, I gotta lay this out. So it's New Year's Eve.
Ooh.
Last episode, by the way, this episode's going up tonight. As soon as I'm done, I'm editing it. I'm posting it tonight.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's no reason
get it in.
Yeah, right.
Gotta get it in.
So for those of you, maybe leaking something, but we're gonna do something special next week. I'm actually gonna be in Georgia.
What?
What? That's all I'm gonna say though. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say anything else because I think it's gonna be super awesome to share with our viewers, the listeners, everybody. You know, I think the energy is gonna be huge, bro. Like it's gonna be huge. You know that, right? Like us together.
Right. I mean, I think it'll. I mean, I know. You know, it's gonna be good. It'll be definitely. I think it'll be a dynamic that when we're finished, we're gonna be like, damn, that was really cool. So
Yeah.
when are you moving to Georgia?
You know, that's a conversation for another day. I don't know if I can
put on the spot, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll figure that out, but you know, it's going to be super cool.
I mean,
to be in that element.
Here's the cool thing: we're talking about time freedom. You know, I've got Kathy. She works remote. She lives in Biloxi, Mississippi, but she's writing insurance for us here in Georgia, and you know, she comes up about once a quarter, and I've figured out that for her to feel not too removed and, you know, still have the feeling of being, you know, involved in the office. And even when she comes in town, she came in town for our Christmas, you know, function with the team. She actually enjoyed the hell out of being in the office for 2 days, just seeing our customers and just the feel and, you know, Jake in the office and having the team around. I mean, you know, working from home is cool, but I feel like at a certain point, it's like, it sucks. Mm-hmm. But you know, it might be something where we work out to once a quarter, you know, like either I head out there. I've got family, got a couple people out there, or you'd come to Georgia. I would say definitely this summer, your ass needs to be on an airplane out here. All right.
Dude, here's the beauty of it is that I get to, because time freedom, I also can work in Georgia and do everything I want to wherever I want to, which is great. And that's a rarity to anybody in a job, but more so in what we do. And like, I can literally, you know, sit on your couch or you sit on the boat in the summer and sell policies and market to people. And I get to work with people in Georgia. I've already lined up 2 client meetings while I'm there. And that's going to be huge, man. You know, people that have already, you know, are already my clients that I get to shake hands with. And
so you're meeting 2 potential clients while you're here?
No, I'm meeting 2 of my current clients while I'm there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. You're also meeting a potential, right? All I'm saying is you better close that deal. You better close that deal. Okay. Right? And let me know how it goes.
I'm picking up what you're laying down. I got it. We'll see. All right.
Talking about starting 2021 off with a bang, all right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like,
bro, are you putting me on the spot like that? Oh man. All right, that's cool. I got you, Mr. Gardner. I got you. That's okay. No, yes, I will close that deal. I will start 2021 off with a bang in multiple ways.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's gonna be clutch, dude. So you know what, dude? It's 8:35. I know I'm getting hungry. I gotta cook these steaks. I know you got things to do. Let's close this out with a fucking thank you to everybody, from me personally and from Nick. I mean, like, honestly, you know, this all kind of has come to fruition, and I never expected to be in a position talking to you 6 months ago, 5 months ago, to be here where we are. And it's a true testament to say that there's, you know, you never know what's going to happen. You know, I'm a big believer in the universe, and this has happened for a reason. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in 2021, because quite frankly, not only with this podcast, with our business and our lives, there are so many cool things that are about to happen. And I'm just blessed to be not only a friend of yours, but also a co-host of yours, and, you know, an industry, you know, not an expert, but, you know, whatever it is, and a colleague of mine. And that's a blessing, dude. And I thank you for everything you do. And I thank you for all the listeners, the viewers that spend their time and give their time to us, because that's the world to me.
Thanks. Really. It's, man, honestly, for me, I mean, you hit me. I still remember we're supposed to talk about getting me on a podcast. Maddie had just crashed her truck in July, beginning of July. We went to her dad's house, picked up a Jeep, and shouldn't say this, But I was driving
it back. Yeah, remember that,
I was driving a Standard, right, in fucking Atlanta traffic inside the perimeter ITP, which is basically like inside the loop, the outer loop, like 635 hour 285. That's a perimeter. Anyway, driving this thing, I'm like, yeah, let's do a podcast, this and that, and then we did the first one, and we're blowing up in Indonesia, and we're like, hey, let's do a 7.2, and now, damn, what, like 4 or 5 months later,
Yeah.
we're not working on 7.2, we're working on season 2. Yeah.
Crazy.
And, dude, it's insane, and it's only, I mean, we can only go up from here. That being said, we got some great things to look forward to. Obviously, we all have our personal and professional goals that we're looking to hit. Wish all of you the best in doing that. You as well. So I'm gonna hold you to some of your goals, and we're gonna see how we end the year. We know how it's starting, right? Starting off with a bang. So you're gonna have to end it. I mean, how are you gonna end it? I mean,
how am I gonna end 2020 or 2021?
2021, bro. How are you gonna end 2021?
1.5 million issued. That's my goal.
1.5 million issued.
Yep.
All right.
Perry did 1.8 his first year. I don't think I'm the same guy, but I know I've got plenty of talent, and 1.5 is my mission. So, yeah, I got it, man. That's easy shit. Easy shit.
So our book size, like total revenues, was just over 1.5 the last time the report came out. So my goal, and this is a lofty one, by end of 2021, we're going to be at 2 mil.
Fuck yeah, you will be at 2 mil. There's no question asked. You will be at 2 mil.
We're going to be at 2 mil, not like 199,970.
Yeah, not like my 49,743 or whatever it was.
Yeah, I'm not going to pull Overby.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
All right, dude. So we're gonna catalog this shit, and we're gonna refer to, and I'll probably pull it up on my phone, right? So like a year from now, 365 days from now, we're gonna be at the same spot. I'm gonna pull up my phone, and be like, all right, dude. So this is your goal, right? And so where are you at, right? And so we'll see. But no, in all seriousness, though, everyone in the community, we appreciate the hell out of you guys. Hope you've enjoyed your holidays, whether you've been traveling, staying at home. Hopefully you got to see some family. If you didn't, there's great things on the horizon for 2021. It can only go up from here, right?
Yep.
No matter how shitty it is, like, it can only get better. And somewhere out there, the fat lady has not stopped singing. So keep going, right? But yeah, we're looking forward to some really cool things next year. Stay tuned for that. Looking to really boost our engagement and having a more robust way of reaching and connecting with folks. So stay tuned for that. Throwing some seeds out there. But definitely thank you for being with us on this journey. Dude, it's been awesome hosting with you. Every single time I do one of these, I finish and I'm like, dude, that was so much fun.
It feels so good. It's just so much fun. It does.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I know it, like the logistics being that we're different time zones and you're here, I'm there, or I'm here, you're there. And, sometimes it's like the connection. And then once we finally do it, I'm like, damn, I need to do that like every day, Yeah. Do it more. But anyway, yes. I mean, I appreciate the hell out of you for the initial invite to say, hey, I've got this New Agent podcast. And from thinking that I freaking, hijacked your own podcast.
No, dude. No hijacking. I know that we had some people that didn't like the new format, but, with all due respect, I say this again, with all due respect, but you can eat a bag of dicks. I love all you guys.
Oh, what?
Look, man. Look, we understand the bigger picture, and I'm not being an asshole. It has nothing to do with that. Right. I appreciate the feedback, but at the end of the day, it's not about appeasing one or two people. It's really about getting it out there to the people, the massive amount of people that we do know that listen and do know that pay attention to us. That's what it's about. And, we can't take the opinions of a few and, try to incorporate those into the podcast, because ultimately, guys, I mean, look, this is what Nick and I have been doing, and this is what we have ideas and visions of what's going to happen. So again, if anybody wants to come back and say something rude, say it to me. I'm all for it. I'll take criticism.
Why you gotta be so rude?
All right, brother.
On, man. Hey,
I love you, man. It's a
love
pleasure.
you too, bro. Enjoy your evening. Have a
will.
great last night in 2020. Ring it in style.
Yes, sir.
Sipping on that fine wine and
Yes, sir.
eating a nice buttery fillet. Yeah, man, we'll be talking to you soon.
Yes,
Hey,
you will.
see you next year.
Oh man, you're funny. All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon, dude.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Later, brother. Have a good night.